Hello and welcome to College Station, Texas. Today at the home of the 12th man as the Texas A&M Aggies will set out this afternoon to open the season with a victory at Kyle Field. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and we've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the James Madison Dukes, taking on a team from the ACC, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the James Madison Dukes offense will get the first crack at it here. And there he is. Entire stadium hold its breath every time he touches the ball, Jesse.
This defense better have a lot of breath in this game, too, because he gets better as the game goes on. He's the kind of guy, David, who can wear a defense down.
And he is the primary focus. That's what this keyed in on. We got to stop him if we're going to have success today.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking for a man. It's Washington. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. He's got it on the left. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. After ripping off a big chunk of yardage, you figure they're going to go right back after him. 1st and 10 from the 31. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Receiver looks it in, it's complete.
Everybody on the same page there on blitz pickup, right? Offensive line, everybody communicating, understanding where they have to work to give their QB time to make an accurate throw and pick up the first.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Got some work to do on 2nd down after that last one. They need 13. He's looking to throw. Unleashes one deep. And he's got it. Touchdown, Dukes.
And that is the first passing touchdown, first of many of the season for this offense. Nice drive by the offense. Way to finish it, take care of the football, make some plays in the passing game. This offense looks like they're going to be a really hard one to stop.
And he's going to bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Texas A&M's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And it won't be easy to throw the ball down the field today, David, because both of these teams have lockdown corners.
I mean, these guys shut down half of the field. Playmaking cornerbacks that really can play man-to-man and lock down the best guys on the other side.
Yeah, if I'm a quarterback in this game, I am taking a calculated risk if I'm thrown towards one of these two dudes, because you're just asking to get picked off.
Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win, and if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then
fires the pass, intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of it.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
The give to the tailback. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He made the first guy miss, but there were too many dudes coming to help, and they stopped him behind the line. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And he's coming out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it, open.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds his tight end. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Motion from the offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. Inside the 25. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, the inside give. Relying on that running game as they threaten to pick up a 4 down to the 13. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Dropping back, it's Washington. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. They'll send out the kicker here. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Texas A&M going up tempo. 3rd down play from the gun. Caught near the sticks. It's Ortega. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
He'll throw on 3rd down. Got it in the middle. It's Vasquez. And a good pickup there. They'll move the sticks for a first down. Let's see if they try to get another snap before the quarter expires. Guys, it's James Madison on top as we've come to the end of the quarter. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. He makes the connection. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Tempo and overdrive. Fast motion from the offense. Quick release by the QB.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
He wants to throw it again. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
On the return, it's Wade. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And he breaks into the open. And he ran away from the crowd and he'll take it in. Touchdown, James Madison.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Dave.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to that.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Man, as a defense, you're salivating in this territory. You want to get that safety. You want to put your hands over your head, clasp them together. I got him in the end zone. Nice job by the defense being ready, rushing the quarterback, almost getting the safety.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. Quarterback checking off. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Fires into traffic, intercepted. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense. Line gets set, 1st down. He's gonna pass. Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. He threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision-making.
2nd and 10. He'll throw again. Get it out on the screen. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Aggies racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Catch in the middle. It's awesome. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. And the Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Here comes the hurry-up.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. He's getting plenty of work. 4th time we've seen this guy punt it today. Oh, that's one that can mess with your confidence. That is horrible. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play. Big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Makes the catch. It's Wade.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
They'll go back to the ground. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
He's looking deep. He's got it.
Great throw, great catch. I know you smelt the pylon and you wanted to get in the end zone, but now you got 1st and goal set up in a great position to succeed.
This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the first. Touchdown, Dukes! And they take it in for 6 more points.
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
27, Texas.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Going up top on 1st down. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. After misfiring, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's awesome.
Nice job by the quarterback there throwing the hitch route against zone coverage. You can't stare at him. If you do that, then you allow the flat defender to get underneath it, and and that might be a pick six. So really good job by the quarterback there, using his eyes to manipulate the defense.
Caught near the sticks. It's Vasquez. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Fires into the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Getting some heat. And the quarterback is snowed under. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Flushed out of the pocket. Short gain on the play before he slides. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
Nice job by the defense getting after the QB. He's trying to scramble around. He's trying to go get that first with his legs, but he's not able to do it because the speed on defense.
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Oklahoma is in trouble. You could bring back any of the Heisman winners they've had here, Bradford or Mayfield or Murray. None of them would make a difference today. They're trailing by 21 to Utah. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Got room on the return. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Grabbed in the middle. It's Ortega. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
He's going to pass on second down. Quick strike complete. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Snap from the gun on third down. They're trying to get to it. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. He's already put 3 on the board earlier, this time a 38-yard try. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Dukes will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score, I get a stop, I score, I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Texas A&M going quickly. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Moves away as he feels pressure. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Nice scramble. Unbelievable job after dropping back to pass and understanding the situation. And a nice heads-up play. Slide. Live to fight another down. Don't try to make a bigger play and run through somebody big and get yourself hurt.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Here's the handoff. And the ball squirted out. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and they were lucky that that ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, they sure were. These ball carriers have got to know that this defense, they play with so much aggression. They're always trying to get extra hats to the football. You have got to protect this thing at all costs. Lucky that ball rolled out of bounds.
And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Texas A&M ready to go with another first down. Using his legs, it's Ventura. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Grab near the marker. It's Vasquez. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. They'll give it to the back. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They go to the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that was so close to a turnover in the end zone. The defense almost with the huge play. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. They get through and it's blocked. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Wide receiver shows motion. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To throw, it's Washington. Firing to the right, complete. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And listen, I'm just trying to find a way to be positive down here. Have positive gains, not run, QB sneaks and halfback dives, get the football on the perimeter to somebody with some speed and maybe catch you off guard. It wasn't a great play, but I got some positive yards out of it.
4th down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here. Trying to run it in. Touchdown, James Madison. And the stomping has commenced. Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
James Madison, 34, Texas A&M.
Out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. He leaves it with the back. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
On the run, it's Ventura. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. And you've already set your punter out 4 times. At least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. A&M comes back out with another first down. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Makes the grab. Running toward the tape. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
And it took a minute, but the passing attack now on board. The first passing touchdown of the season, and it took to the second half. But I'll tell you what, this offense will find its rhythm. They'll grow. They'll get better throughout the season, and this is going to be a hard passing attack to stop.
He'll return it. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't...
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You know, you play defense for a reason. A lot of wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching. Great job by the defense securing the INT.
Fighting off the defender.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him. And just, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
They think they can create space here with the run to the right. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. And he fights his way, but they'll stop him just short of the line to gain its 4th down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. Got to make sure they're sound in protection. They had one blocked earlier. Between the uprights, it's good.
Well, you're always going to wonder what would have, could have, should have happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking for a crease, it's Carter. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. We've been treated to an aerial show by these 2 guys so far as you check out their numbers.
James Madison, 34, Texas A&M, 16.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Using the spin move. Hammers his way across the 10, picks up 4 to the 11.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right
Going for the big play. Makes the grab on the left side. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown, Dukes. And the punishment has been extended.
Yeah, and how about this offense, man, putting another drive together, getting in the end zone. And here's the deal. Going on the road, handling these conditions in game one, they've done a phenomenal job.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. They'll start this drive with a pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Unless there is a dramatic turn of events, this is not going to be a way to cool off that hot seat.
And they're going to have to be able to handle adversity and handle the outside noise moving forward, because losing this game in week one, all the detractors, all the naysayers, that noise is going to get louder. That hot seat is getting even hotter. And I think all eyes are going to be on this program now, David, seeing how they turn the page and move on from this.
And I give you
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. They'll throw it on first down. Got his man quickly. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking to throw, it's Washington. Skips away from pressure. He's going to run it. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
On second down, he'll let it fly. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Dukes are on the move. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On the move. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is even bigger. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He looks that one in nicely. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's awesome. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. He's looking to throw it. Quarterback now breaking the field. He'll get down to avoid the hit, but he might not be able to avoid this penalty flag. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On first down, here comes this offense. They're going to throw it again. Picked off. Got some room to run. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring...
Time to take a shot. Grabs it inside the 10. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the league. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. It's caught. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Now on first down after that completion. He wants to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Vasquez. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on first down.
And these tight ends are so good at understanding zones and where to sit down. And listen, it's not the huge gain down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts, small gains, break tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Trying to get to it. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Looking for a block. It's Wade. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.